So I'm going to give you a bunch of ways to do Valentine's Day cheaper here, and it'll still be sweet and romantic, but easier on your wallet. So we're going to go through them one by one. Hey everybody, and welcome to Planet U. As usual, we have another holiday approaching. We always seem to have a holiday approaching, and this one that's coming up is Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is kind of like one of those ones that people sort of love to celebrate or they sort of cringe at because it is technically like a Hallmark holiday, but a lot of lovers who are in love, they like to celebrate. That's fine too. This is also one, like I said, a Hallmark holiday that companies love to just monopolize on. You see tons of Valentine's cards out, even going to the dollar store. Like the dollar store is the worst for this. They usually put out any sort of holiday stuff like months in advance, and you have like an entire aisle dedicated to Valentine's Day, which I don't even understand. There's like decorations. It's just like full tilt. I don't understand how you need that much stuff for Valentine's Day, but I came on here today to tell you how you can celebrate Valentine's Day if you choose to do so on the cheap, on a budget. Okay, one idea which I always appreciate myself, honestly, is to make a nice dinner at home rather than go to a restaurant. Making a nice dinner at home, I find, is also not only very romantic, but it's also just shows that you're putting some effort into it as well. You know, figure out what your partner likes, what some of their favorite foods are, what some of their favorite meals would be. And I say just like putting the effort into that. You know, you could make a nice table or whatever, some candles lit. Just show that you're putting effort into it. And I think that gesture alone is going to be a lot easier on your wallet because obviously it's cheaper to buy food from the grocery store. And you don't have to feel the stress of going out, you know, getting an Uber or cab somewhere, paying for that, paying for, you know, the restaurant bill, everything else. It's a lot more stress. And this comes from more of a place of love, I find. Okay, like I said, some partners, they'll be a little more high maintenance. They do expect something to be bought for them. You don't want to be that person that they're going to look at as being a cheapo. So if you have to buy presents, not everybody chooses to, but if you have to buy presents, I would say set a budget for each other. Like we're only about 7 weeks past Christmas, and you know, we spent a lot of money probably on family and friends during that time period. So why break the bank again during this like one day holiday? I would say it's best to set a budget and stick to it. And that way, like one person's not going overboard for the other person and, you know, the other person's feeling like they didn't do as much or something. Even better sometimes is like to create a novelty gift that will show that's like personalized to your partner, that shows that you sort of are remembering a time together. Like, for example, if you went for one of your first dates to have like a hot chocolate or something, well, maybe you can make your own special blend of hot chocolate and like buy a little bag from the dollar store and decorate it somehow from the dollar store. Like I said, as long as you both are agreeing on that, then that shows a nice personal touch that you're actually remembering a time that you had together. Just make it fun and light. It will show that you still care for your significant other without breaking the bank. You got to show your partner that really it's the thought that counts. And that's what this should all be about. It's like you're together because you care about each other and you like each other's personality traits and whatnot. It's not about how much money you each have. Hopefully not. Sometimes I know there's a lot of birthdays this time of year too. Like one of my siblings, actually her birthday falls like 2 days after Christmas. So if birthdays are near Valentine's Day, think about maybe combining it into one big event. You could maybe make this special and make it into like a birthday Valentine's, like one combined thing. So in this case, you probably can make it more of an experience if there is a birthday and Valentine's Day combination. In this case, you probably can spend a bit of money, actually make it an experience, go out, have a meal, like go do something fun. I don't feel like it's too much of a problem to spend money in that sense because you're actually spending money, you're only on one day rather than the birthday and the Valentine's Day. So essentially you're saving money by combining the two. So this is one idea that I thought was like really cool. I would actually love if somebody did this for me because I just think it's so much fun. You could do a walking scavenger hunt around the city or town that you live. So I thought this was like a really romantic idea because basically you'd have to go before and set up the things. So each clue that you set up could be like an answer to the next spot of different places that you may have traveled to in your relationship, different dates you've been on. Not only are you taking a romantic walk around the city or town, but you could also make this as fun or as sappy as you want. Like, you can basically tailor it to your partner. And this is another thing that shows that it's the thought that counts. You're actually remembering moments in your relationship. You're sort of taking a walk down memory lane, if you will. So I just thought this was a very cute idea, and I think anybody would really find it romantic. Another cute idea I thought was breakfast in bed. This is something, that shows your partner that you care. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Whether you live with them or not. I mean, even if you didn't live with them, it would actually show a lot more effort to even just go to their house and set up something special for them in bed. But to surprise somebody first thing in the morning, right on Valentine's Day, that's going to get you some major brownie points, because most people probably thought their partner even forgot it was Valentine's Day. So to show first thing in the morning that you remembered and that you're there to cook them the first meal of the day, still make it romantic, even though it's in the morning. You can have a nice little tray set up that you bring them in bed. Make sure their bed is like set up super comfortable or whatever it is. And not to mention, breakfast is also the cheapest meal of the day. So, I mean, you can buy a whole loaf of bread. You can buy a whole carton of eggs, for super cheap. Fresh fruit, whatever, coffee or tea. I mean, it's all pretty cheap. So it's a lot cheaper to make at home, because it's actually one of those meals that when you go out to eat, you're paying like 3 times the amount that you would than if you were making it at home. Okay, this next one is just an idea, but like it may actually peeve some people off, because this idea is just buying a single rose instead of a dozen. A dozen roses can get super, super expensive, especially if you go to those like really fancy floral shops. If you had them even delivered to someone's house, that's an extra charge on top of that. If you show up to a date, maybe, or something like that, show up to greet your partner with a happy Valentine's Day, and you just bring them a single rose, it still shows that you cared, and it's still very romantic. It's almost like somewhat more romantic in a sense, because you're not focusing so much on the over extravagance of everything. It's just showing a gesture of caring. But at the same time, like I said, it depends who your partner is, because some people, if they expect a lot and you show up with one rose, well, they might not like that. But if you have a partner that, just cares about the thought that counts and the nice gesture, well, a single rose can go a long way. Another great idea I thought would be to like create a homemade spa for your partner. So instead of sending them out to some expensive, extravagant day out at the spa, you could create a spa at home for your partner. So this could mean like buying bath salts, bath bombs, stuff that's still relatively cheap, bubble bath, drawing them a bath. You could have some like flower petals in there, even, add some extra romantic vibes, candles lit. You could buy some oil and give them a massage after. You could you could paint their fingernails, if they let you. So you could do all the things that, somebody would get at a spa, but it would be that much more romantic. It probably brings some romantic vibes for both of you once you get the massage oil out. So, yeah, I think that would be a very, very kind gesture and show that you're really thinking about ways to make your partner feel comfortable, to make them feel loved. And it's a lot more connected and romantic than just saying, here, I spent a bunch of money to send you out for the day. So the main thing here is just like not to feel pressure when it comes to Valentine's Day. Just talk to your partner about it, see what kind of person you are with and what they kind of expect for that day if you don't know what kind of person you're with already. So don't feel the pressure just because like a friend of yours or a friend of hers or whatever is receiving tons of expensive jewelry and gifts on Valentine's Day. If it's something that works for the both of you and you can do it within a budget, you might as well, because we have so many holidays in the year, and like I said, Christmas just passed. So if you can do the little things that show, I find the little things just show more romance and kindness and caring than the big things that you just blow money on anyways. So if you can show those kinds of things and, you know, alleviate some pressure off your wallet, it's a win-win. Please tell me, what would you like to do on Valentine's Day with your partner? What are some ideas that you have or have done in the past? We'd really love to hear them in the comments section. It's a great place for sharing so other people can get ideas. Please remember to like, subscribe. Thanks for joining us on Planet U. We'll see you next time.